Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney. Last time out we cleared Edgeworth of the murder of... can't remember his name. Hammond? And the murder at the lake, at God Lake. I can't say Richard Hammond, but it's not. He's the guy on Top Gear. Anyway, although Edgeworth decided to admit his guilt to another crime. The murder of his father. And we've got to prove him wrong. Let's get on to it. Let's get into it.
Then I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin the hearing by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That'll be the key. But only if I can get it to work. Please. Please. That day, I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, a single gunshot and a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now you thought this memory was just a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events.
Ah, the same claim Yogi made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, here goes nothing. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Von Karma? Mr. Von Karma, you're handling this case. It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details.
That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem with Von Karma's evidence. So, there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first. Then as time passed and no one came to help. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... What was it? pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. Safety must have come off when it fell from his holster.
And you picked it up. What happened next?
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick I panicked.
So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi?
I was in a daze. The gun fired once. Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I'll ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of the testimony that clearly contradicts the evidence. I don't know what it means. Better find out and quick. I think, if I'm right, pistol was fired 3 times. Prince Edgeworth's right hand. Nope, it's not that. Air and elevator, no clues found on the scene. Prince Turney, 1 bullet was found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. I think it's this. Ooh-yah. Off to a flying start. You sure you only heard 1 gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
But that doesn't make any sense. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? Or you do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on.
Well, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a boop and a boop. Victim data. Look at the victim data. Look at the victim data in this page, on this file, sorry. It says quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard 1 gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot? Your Honor, as far as I'm aware, as far as you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What?
I see. You do have a point. Mr. Wright, the murder weapon was fired twice as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot had something to do with this case?
I think I do. Going off the evidence that I have. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. You have evidence that a second firing of the pistol is related to this incident.
I believe it's this, because if you think about it, 2 bullets have been fired supposedly in this room. One of them had to have hit Gregory Edgeworth. So why is there a glass thing here? Like a hole in the glass. I think it's this. Fingers crossed. Or the game could just break, who knows? Would you please look at this photograph?
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime, 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Your Honor, please, get a clue. Okay, and I have to show the judge where the contradiction is. Here? Slam's table. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see, a bullet hole in the door.
Slam's table again. Your Honor. Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from this pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired the second shot.
Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by somebody else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in him before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
Case summary. That's on page 1.
Look what it is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene.
Oh no.
The pistol had indeed been fired twice, and the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. There's undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Now that's tenuous at best, and you know that, Von Karma.
Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright, has proven one thing to us quite clear. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet was fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. All we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Foolish attorney. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
How did this happen? I don't believe that second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick. If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. If I bullshit, if I keep bullshitting, and this one part isn't true, then my bullshit doesn't count. No. You said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw that photograph, I thought the 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think that it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick.
Well, it seems we've finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did. Oh no. He's confessing.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank and I just can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
I think I have an objection, Your Honor. Your Honor. I object.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Oh. Nick? I don't know. This case is perfect. Oh no. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What? What did you say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist. Where? Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce any more answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It does exist.
What? And we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking on that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet. Why would he?
Huh?
First of all, why would he have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet? Murder didn't need it. Okay, I think I have to guess. I'm gonna go with this one. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
He had to take it. Had to take it? Murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take the bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance. For instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer.
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head. But what if that really happened?
Let me get this straight. At the time of the murderer himself was shot. Then he left with the second bullet still inside, and thus leaving only one bullet to the scene of the crime.
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yeah.
But there was a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. That would mean...
The murderer came from outside, yes. Great. Edge just pulled that out my backside. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. You seem to just pull these conjectures out of your behind at a moment's notice when the case isn't going your way. But I'll allow it. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
Must have been quite the shock for Von Karl. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecution.
What if Von Karma didn't take vacation because of the shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... It could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem... dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you've indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it? Nah. Let it out in the open and make it interesting. Your Honor. There is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well then, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking. But what? Von Karma. Von Karma?
You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, sitting right there?
Bah.
You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you take pride on your perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick,
Let's find out who this doctor is.
It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. I'd leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect.
So, what now, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out himself? That's insane.
No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull a bullet out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove I was shot?
I believe I can do. Because if the bullet was not taken out of his arm, it has to be still there.
Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it.
And I'll even use evidence. See how you like it so much.
What?
The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... I'm gonna use this. I guess, because it's a metal case. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. Leaving an evidence trail. God damn it, I've been doing so well. So then, I ask, where's that bullet now? I think it's unlikely Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean?
That I do, Your Honor. There is a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible for all these years?
It's amazing he's not gotten heavy metal poisoning, but yeah, I'm guessing it could be possible. Well, there's only one way to find out. We can use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Oh, he's sweating bullets now.
I refuse. You refuse? What refusing this means? You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order.
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. It's an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough. Listen, enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Don't need to make the sounds. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You? It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
Well, if Phoenix can BS his way out of it, maybe he can.
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove?
I have no obligation to prove anything. It is you who must prove something here, Mr. Wright. Not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Mr. Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
With have no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No. I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
Oh, what?
You were close. One day away from freedom. You see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would have dug your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. Obviously, it's the one thing we've not used yet.
That's a bullet?
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? Go back to the first day of the trial where I didn't know anything about this. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from the gun are marked with the weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The second, in Mr. Von Karma's shoulder. We should analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings match, we would know that the bullets were fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma? You will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then, we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? I'm not making all those sounds. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago.
Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Mr. Von Karma?
Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me.
So it was you.
You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death! Death!
15 years earlier.
Mr. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth.
It was a shock like none I'd ever known.
Me penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure.
Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking what I was doing. The room was pitch black, The lights must have gone out. I went out in the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button and nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, the pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was my destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium blaming Yanni Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge. What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well.
Oops, sorry there.
It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this match. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
you were innocent.
You are.
You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court finds the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, or Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That is all. Court is adjourned.
Whew. We did it. We did it, everybody. Okay.
Nick, we did it! You see his face? On Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was, pretty close, though. I was sure we had it.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try, thank you.
Ah, I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that.
Oof. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
Dear, dear.
Ooh. Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see.
Oh, I see.
Whoop!
I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hi, y'all. Lotta. Y'all were great in there.
Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth. Also, I know she's a country girl, isn't she? Yo, Edgeworth, congrats.
Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh?
Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta?
Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now?
Oh, Nick. I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kianci. She's not going to live in Paris. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Larry. Yo, Edgy. Here you are. Yes. Here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here's a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's, unusual for you.
Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat.
Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. He says treat. That's police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah? What's up? The envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah. That's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not little, but it's not a lot either. Wait, 38 exactly?
Nick, wasn't that the exact amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
$38.
No. No. Larry, it was you?
What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? That doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. He then saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
I was never good at history.
Huh. Edgeworth. You didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everybody else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
I know.
Really, Wright? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out.
Well, this is sure an unexpected turn of events, eh?
Edgeworth.
You should have told me. Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes.
There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney of what you two did.
Because of what you two did. Well, I'd call you a goody two-shoes to the extreme.
Yeah. Don't get worked up too and you get worked up too easily, too. Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if I had only known I'd become a prosecutor.
Same goes for me, only the other way around. The longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought that I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor to punish myself, in part, to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Hey, Edgeworth. Want to switch, right?
Hey, y'all, line up. I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go.
And after that, dinner on me.
Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, although Edgeworth was still in detention. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. It's still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should get back to sleep. Or maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Goodbye. What time is it? God, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. Guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick?
Maya. So, you're leaving.
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. You good, okay?
Wait,
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help, Maya.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yeah, only her voice though, but still. It was at the very end of when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
You were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around and daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
Show my evidence to cheer her up. Well, it has to be the one thing she got from Von Karma. Put the nail in his coffin.
A bullet?
Von Karma was convinced that he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. You were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick.
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm still going to complete my training and come back.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
I don't know about that.
So, bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Nick.
So my story ends. Time to turn a new page. Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. The same old crazy cast of characters.
Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you would like to rethink that claim.
Yes, Your Honor. I got a bad feeling about this.
And with that, we finish Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. But we do get this. Hey, pal. Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise.
Whoop! Detective Gumshoe!
I don't know. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Basically like a little piece off everybody. It isn't over yet. I believe we have one more case that they added specifically for this version.
Huh, Nick? I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. This, Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Well, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah.
How does Larry keep getting all these models when he's basically just, like, going between jobs? That's the biggest mystery of all.
Who? Right, yeah, I remember him. I remember he's right here, he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
We'll see you again, Preston. Winston, sorry. Winston Payne. I always think his name's Preston Payne because alliteration. Phoenix Wright. Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote the affidavit, yes. For you should know, I am taking over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. Yeah, I fell in love with this game just because I love all the goofy characters and all this different...
Oh, true. Phoenix Wright? Oh, yes, me as understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. The days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Yeah, I just like all the quirky characters and the way that Phoenix just basically BS's his way through murders. And it's like, right, out of the most outlandish claims, he gets it right.
Phoenix Wright, he's an actor. And I'm not buying it. You can't be a star without a name like Phoenix.
You know what, no, I'm not even gonna try. You could slow that down if you want to know that, what she says.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is ahead. Show them Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I keep my face out of the public till the show's over. Oh, guy, till the show's over. I don't want to ruin any more kids' dreams, you know?
Yeah, I just like the combination of characters and the actual setup of the game. Obviously, an attorney doesn't tend to do what he does.
Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess cards. Says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway?
Yeah, you basically just get a line for everybody. I just like the dialogue and the way it's set up, even though obviously an attorney doesn't do what Nick does. He's more like a detective / attorney.
Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. All right. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. What a dog. It's kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age.
Yeah, it's just... I don't know if it's my favorite Phoenix Wright game.
Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh, me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous.
Yeah, it might not be my favorite Ace Attorney game. It's probably in the middle, but it was a solid footing for other games to push on to. There we go. There's the picture. And there is a ghost in the background. Cheers, Capcom. There we go. We've got one more case. Brand new episode has been added. Yeah, they added this. I think they made it because they made Ace Attorney originally for the Game Boy Advance. And then from the DS onwards, they've added this one to basically add some new things into it, some new mechanics to show off the DS's power, because the DS was new at this point, or was still fairly new. But anyway, let's watch the prologue of this case anyway. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. Bear in mind, this girl will definitely get the same voice as Maya, because I can't do girl voices. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to do work. No, it's not like I want to work. There you are, finally. Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? Doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. You're the famous defense attorney Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey she no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, the defense attorney. Right. Wait. You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yeah, that's correct. Even though it wasn't Edgeworth who murdered anybody, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try somewhere else. Please? I'm out of time. But please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? It might just be me, but because I played the legacy, like the collection of all 3 games with update graphics. Like, I know Maya and Emma are meant to they look similar, but it really does look at like I think in the upgraded game, if you have a look, or if you want to buy it, you could do. I don't know. If you look in the updated game, they definitely made Emma look a lot more like Maya than what, because she has her own features here, of course, but she looks different from or more distinct from Maya in this game. Emma, was it? You're a scientific investigator. Yeah, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young. Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less. So what exactly is your current position then?
Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less.
Great, another future professional in training. It's almost like they wanted a character who was similar to the character we had, but didn't know how to write it back in. Anyway. So, what's this about a case? And you said the trial is tomorrow?
My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't.
So it's a murder case.
I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact.
And there's a witness.
Just talk to her. You have to talk to her.
Right, I suppose I will.
I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but
That's interesting. How would she know Mia? So you want to become a scientific investigator when you grow up then?
excuse me. I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still,
It's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one.
I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you?
Yeah. Can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm.
If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared.
Your sister.
I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done.
I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister.
My sister asked for her specifically. Mia Fey. Was a few years ago. Mia Fey was a few years below her in school.
So she went to the same school as Mia.
She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. Well, I need one.
Incidentally, Mia is a woman.
Mia? Yeah, I thought it was a little strange when I saw you too.
Well, it's nice to help out your sister out. It's nice to help your sister out like this. You must be close.
Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her.
Huh?
But she's my only family.
Your only family? What about your parents?
They died in a car accident when I was little.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gotta show off my badge, though, and look around before we go to the detention center. See this? It's my attorney's badge.
Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before.
You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. In mine, believe me.
Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit.
She analyzed it, scientifically.
Doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'll give you $50 for it.
Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. See how Charlie's doing? The most important character. Here's Plan Charlie. I've been taking care of him in Maya's absence. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. I tried reading one and it made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand. Then my foot hurt too. Mia's desk. I sit here even less now that I've stopped taking cases. I ought to at least dust it off once in a while. There's a poster of the Steel Samurai on the wall. Maya stuck it up on the day she left. Didn't have the heart to take it down. I do sometimes get strange looks from the clients, though. Looks like it's cleaning day again at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a second branch outside the city. The Gads. The Gads. I never heard that before. Hey, Gads, the Gads. The bellboy was staring right at me. Well, let's get to that detention center. Case won't solve itself. I can't remember this one as well as I remember the other ones, so this is going to be
Ooh, it's gonna be fun.
I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got all quiet of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I don't want any visitors.
Sorry, ma'am. It's just your sister.
No excuses. What did you not want to raise this year,
Understood, ma'am.
What was that all about? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically not telling you to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry. What exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm Chief Prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Two sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Or it just could be lazy writing, but I'm not gonna say anything. Emma, Lana. I mean, they're just alike. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? See if there's any new guard information. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He's frozen in fear of the frigid Miss Lana. Feeling a bit chilly myself. Smile for the camera. Nope, that one's still the same. I guess you get different things for the guard. There's something you should know from the start. Which is? The suspect in this case confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is... Me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st by 5:15. It's quite specific. I was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. Huh? My, that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk. Classy. I was arrested on the spot. Caught red-handed, as it were. My. So, who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What, Mr. Wright? What does it mean? Well, it means... the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So, you're the chief prosecutor?
That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial that handled by the prosecutors in this district. Make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do their job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. It's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait. She was in class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year, and she was odd in the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me.
Excuse me? There's only one person who Mia likes, and that's yours truly. She even asked me out on a date before she died. Oh. Anyway.
Intellectually attracted, Lana was at the top of her class too. I was the best there was.
Oh.
I'm doing pretty good in school by the way.
Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt.
I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana... You were always this way, weren't you? You never think of anyone but yourself.
Oh, damn. Hit right where it hurts.
I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So, how can you say that you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana.
Mr. Wright? Yes?
I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you.
You mean you're requesting my services as your defense?
Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed, after all. The case is over.
Right, I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yeah. Something doesn't quite fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here. I'm gonna find out what.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
Huh? About what?
My sister, she's not always like that, you know.
I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again.
She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her.
I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her?
I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe well, maybe not.
Sounds like there's something that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we?
Okay.
Show the badge again. Again? Nope. Don't need to talk to her again. And I'm taking we can't go to the detention center because she's not going to speak to us. Correct. Let's go see the parking lot. So, this is where the lot... This is the lot where it happened.
Looks like they're still investigating.
Funny. That was my first visit to the prosecutor's office. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office would be like this.
Hey everyone, keep up the good work.
Hey, what are you thinking?
Well, you're going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello.
Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to be... aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? I'm trying to not stand out too much here. See?
Hey there.
Oh, here we go. It's the... I know who this character is. You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner?
Partner?
You guys on beam and everything. Well, what do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner.
Mr. Marshall.
Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, bambina. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see?
Strike?
This is our claim, our territory, and the gold mine is evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to?
What is this guy even talking about?
You head along home now. Happy trails, bambina. Was that, hombre a friend of yours?
Kind of. Sort of. Yeah, he's a detective.
Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West? Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West? West, it seems. Why is that so hard to say? Well, let's get examining. Speaking of sheriff, I am quite happy that The Wolf Among Us got a sequel. It was my favorite Telltale game, and I'm glad it's got a sequel. I found the concept to just be brilliant. Like, which, well, I know it's a comic book beforehand, so I'm praising them, but I still think the gimmick's great. We'll get into it after I've finished talking with what Emma has to say here.
This is where the cars leave the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it...
Oh, sorry. The arrow on the ground makes it look a lot more like an entrance.
What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit.
Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose?
Aha! The theory of relativity.
What?
I've gotta write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German? Or was he British?
Mr. Relativity? Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? That's the... No, but yeah. Yeah, I just really like the idea of, like, fables being involved in present-day New York, and they've basically got this little society within New York that keeps them from... they basically have their own little society of their own type of people, and then they keep, who's going to keep all the fables, who's going to keep all the other fables in check, because obviously, like I say, that they are hard to kill, because they are, they're fictional characters, but they tend to be hard to kill. Who's going to keep them in line? Well, Big Bad Wolf seems to be a very good character to actually be the detective, because who's gonna square up to him?
Look, a stylish glass-walled room, very nice.
You could see the whole parking lot from in here.
It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe.
Huh?
Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later.
I hate to break it to you, but that's probably just a security guard's office.
You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day.
Too bad they don't have a test for common sense. Ah, the one thing everybody seems to lack at the most opportune time.
Look, a door. That must mean something.
I'm not sure that door means anything.
No, it won't open. A mysterious lock.
Fail to see what's mysterious about it.
Mr. Wright,
You need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Pick whatever this is. Oh. What's this? A wallet? Excuse me, officer.
wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright?
What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police.
I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket.
How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me.
I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick of examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way,
Her eyes are... By the way their eyes are sparkling, I can tell she's been waiting for this.
okay, now, look at the court record.
Right, here we go. These are the new mechanics I was talking about. You actually get to examine evidence because the DS has the magical power. The pure processing and graphical prowess, if you will, to be able to rotate a simple wallet around the screen. It's a 3D object, though. It's a 3D object, so... I remember when the DS was revolutionary. It was groundbreaking. Oh, I feel old. Anyway.
You have to be sure to examine the evidence carefully on all sides. Now let's start examining for every angle. Oh look, I think there might be a clue there. You should check it out by pressing the examine button.
This is an ID card. Detective Bruce Goodman. ID 5842189.
See, well, isn't scientific investigation useful?
I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it.
Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find.
I guess I gotta be on my toes from now on. Okay, in round 2. Ladder or step ladder, ladies and gentlemen.
Aha, a ladder.
That's a step ladder.
What's the difference? In scientific terms, please.
Scientific? Huh?
Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright.
It all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Oh, we can look at this. I was planning to look at the barrels, but you know.
Here, a phone. Let's see if it works.
Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching.
I can't hear anything. My ears. No, my ears. Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure.
What is she babbling about?
Hey, what did you just say?
See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken.
This wall is in our way.
It's got a faucet for water.
Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade hiding the truth. There is no wall, but a water tank.
I fail to see how this makes any difference either way. I guess the last thing is the barrels. An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water.
It's heavy. I can't even budge it.
The drum over here is on its side.
Wait, I know. I'll hide it. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout.
I just think you'll probably get arrested. In fact, you might not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested.
What? I'm not suspicious.
Yeah, but anyway, I just found the actual idea of fables being in modern day New York, and they all have actual legitimate jobs. I found that very interesting. Like, and the big bad wolf being the detective and being a sheriff, and you know, keeping sure that they don't kill each other, and sorting everything out is actually very interesting, at least to me anyway. So when I saw like the trailer, if you haven't seen it, you know, look it up. I thought it was quite interesting. It was basically, you know, we see
Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues.
we'll get back to it after this.
I wonder what this is.
Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here is our claim. You best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Gah, scary.
Could you tell us one thing? Who owns that car?
Well, this little filly's got a good nose on her. You wanna know who rides that red Mustang with a body in her saddle, eh?
Please.
No problem, partner. About time for the victuals, for victuals anyway.
No idea what that means. I have no idea. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a servicer you like. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is, and when, for that matter?
Note yourself. Look up Biddle's Saloon Servicer.
Maybe we should check out this room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office.
In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, but keep your paws off our claim. Right. Great.
Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out.
Excuse me. Were you two all set?
Us?
Well, hello there. What's this? This couldn't be.
You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene.
Hold on, I'm trying to think what voice I want to give her.
Hello? Half and half, was it? Oh, thanks.
And you, sir? I don't know, I'm trying to think of a voice.
And you, sir?
Yes?
Some crunchy goodness coming right at you.
Thanks. Interesting way of doing business.
This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by.
Or are you officers?
No, but
You don't exactly look like the type to have clearance.
well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days as the cough-up queen are over.
Cough up? Huh?
You know, I'm kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on this lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets.
Secrets?
Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective.
What?
A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up queen. Tell us what happened. Oh, sorry.
Please, cough up queen. Tell us what happened.
The name is Angel Star, and don't you forget it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels.
Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. I mean, I guess we better talk to her first. and finish up examining later.
Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon.
Destiny? Was yesterday's special for some reason?
You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors, they have no qualms about blackening the name of their of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil of all. They gave an award for the king of prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday? I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. You have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence for this, evil? Young miss, walk me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew. The most heinous of all evil ones. The one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused.
One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. So, what exactly did you witness, Miss Starr?
It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know that... I now know what they...
Sorry, hold the back of cough. Letting it go. Okay, I think I'm good.
Now I now know what they feel when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so... Her knife flashes in anger, bringing him to a sad end. Truly was a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties, this world being cruelly cut, still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife.
Wait a second. You know Lana Skye?
Of course. It's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and the best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tussauds trilobite lunch set. Never mind. You win.
I don't even want to appreciate part of the trilobite's flavor.
Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend?
Damn. She's taken, guys. And gals. And definitely gals.
See the security room over there? Glass walled booth. I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him.
Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance.
So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Starr, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here.
Useful analysis. Not. Did you have a bad experience with a prosecutor, Miss Starr? I sense some hostility.
hostility? Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like the 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Miss Starr was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be sure cause for food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're the talking cop-up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure.
Present the attorney's badge.
A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme lunchbox? Wow, it's really crunchy.
Box of pickles. Kind of a sad lunch if you ask me. About this card.
Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else.
No, this isn't a credit card, it's an ID card. It belongs to a detective.
And you're showing me this, the lunch lady. Why? That's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective.
Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Are them? No. Oh, I wanted to investigate. Well, oh wait, yeah, I can. I'll just, oh, can I not go that way anymore? Well. Guess I'm done with her. Guess I better go to the High Prosecutor's office. This doesn't look like her office.
This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. I change from your office, really.
Well, okay, and what do you want me to put on there? I'm not rich. I mean, to be fair, I thought attorneys and prosecutors would probably earn a similar amount because they're doing the same job. It's on different sides, but... Thanks.
Look, there's a trophy or something here.
A trophy? What's that shield?
It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, he must be a real stuck-up jerk.
Fine, I think I'm gonna nail this by going off what's on the left-hand side. Mr. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's businesses, or other people's business, do you? That voice. How we doing, Edgeworth? Long time no see, buddy. Oh, I didn't even mean that, okay? Don't even need to do that. I just closed my eyes and magically my words appeared on screen.
Huh? Ah, ha! Mr. Edgeworth.
You know him from somewhere?
Of course, I'm his biggest fan. My sister introduced us once and...
Right, her sister was chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk.
No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here.
Hey, don't blame me.
We're just here to investigate a murder case.
Murder?
The body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot.
That would be my car. What of it?
What? Your car?
I'll say one thing. She certainly can scream. What up, buddy? So, the body was found in your car. Go ahead and say it right. You think I did it, didn't you? After you went through all the trouble to help me last year, no less.
No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean...
Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then?
Yes, sir. Emma Sky. It's nice to meet you again.
Now, that didn't sound forced at all. Ah, now I remember, you've really grown. I'll admit, it was a surprise for me too. Think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprisingly still, now I'm forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait, what did you say? Lana Skye is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow.
You? Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, at least we know now. Of course, we were always going to go up against Edgeworth anyway, but you know. To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time where there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. Oh, some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. I think it's funny. Toys? The bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Skye. Yes, we worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case.
That's right, I remember.
2 years ago, I wasn't even a lawyer then. Since then, I've always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken.
Mistaken? Why?
Wait, she means his first big case. Well, we know that his first ever case was against Mia. With, the Terry Falls incident in, Trials and Tribulations, is it? I think that's the third one. Which is probably one of my... I prefer to this game, to be honest, but that's just me. Yeah, because it's the closing out of the... like, the saga, really. And it's Phoenix coming into his own, but we'll get to that game once we get there. Yeah, the Edgeworth's first case was in that game against Mia, Phoenix's teacher, so... It's interesting to know that she helped him with that. I don't think she's in that game at all, though.
I mean, I know he's not the warmest person. But I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you.
Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon?
To be specific, it was the knife kept in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Why does he have a toolbox in the trunk of his car? Edgeworth? What? You sure you didn't do it? Come on, he can't take a joke.
You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright.
Well, we've looked around. No, well, we've asked. May as well look around. I've been wondering, what the heck is this thing?
It has a big K on it.
Prosecutors. What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy.
King of Prosecutors?
It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? So that K, that's...
K stands for king?
Yes, you've got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing.
King of Prosecutors, kind of like Employee of the Month, only better.
And now apparently it's in evidence for some reason.
Mr. Edgeworth has such a comfy sofa.
Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap. I bet he pours over his case files here until the wee... I guess he pours over his case files here until the wee hours of the morning. Who says we? Like, I've never heard that apart from, like, come from Scottish and Irish people. Like, I'll have a wee bit of this, so I'll just be a wee moment. Never heard, like, anybody else say it.
Then he takes off his jacket and rolls up his sleeves. And he goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow.
I don't believe it. He's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working. Oh, there are some people online who daydream more about Edgeworth doing a lot more vulgar things than working.
I bet in the morning he has a sofa hair, and the little creases in his cheek from the seams. He's so cool.
Sofa hair is cool?
Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket.
Lucky jacket, right, I've never seen him wear it.
I'm sure there's a story why it's in that frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture.
He's getting way too excited about this. Yeah, you see that jacket again in the trial with Mia. I guess we can look at what's on the desk, what's on his desk, or what's behind his desk.
My, what an amazing bouquet, just right for Mr. Edgeworth.
No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead. Wendy. Wendy. I've heard that name somewhere before. Hold back. You can't remember.
And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one.
Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy.
Wendy? Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée?
There's old bag for you. I don't think so.
Ooh, cute. What a pretty tea set.
I go more for the instant tea bags myself.
Amazing. The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisite, splendid concoction.
An exquisitely splendid concoction. Damn it. I thought I nailed that thing as well. I was like, three words you don't want to really have together. I thought I nailed it and I didn't. There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. Look out the window? Can we look out the window?
Whoa! What a view. It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor.
I guess you would feel important.
Incidentally, were you to jump out of this window, time until impact to the ground would be... Got it. Approximately 3.23 seconds.
It's handy to know. I wouldn't know if that's true. Well, I don't know how big the 12th floor is, and I'm not going to do the maths on it. All I know is you'd need to use acceleration, which is of gravity, which is 9.81.
Whoa, these are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder.
Odd. Thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights.
You must have someone to get him for him.
Gumshoe? Yeah. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
You must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool.
Wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets upon that ladder. So, King, case files, chessboard. It looks like a chessboard at least. Yeah, it's a chessboard.
Hey, a chessboard.
And that's the most amount of times I will say chessboard ever in my life. I'm not too up on my chest, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot.
The Red Knights have surrounded the blue pawn.
Huh?
Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. Check out that poor pawn. His head's kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair? Nah, it's nothing. Work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Not only is he a fine detective, well, he's not a fine detective, he's an okay detective. But he comes in clutch as well. He helps Mr. Edgeworth with his problems, I guess. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir.
Don't. He'll sue you. I'm taking that's everything. Let's present evidence? I once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago.
What? You want to be a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, my path was laid clearly before me. I have no time to reflect on what might have been. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this.
Mr. Wright,
Huh? What?
you sure you should be showing that off to Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he?
I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. Then my sister would be found guilty.
If you sighs any deeper, I'm gonna start getting depressed. It's against my policy to discuss evidence with the defense. Especially with you.
He doesn't like you much, does he, Mr. Wright?
Nah, with Edgeworth, it's never personal. It's all about winning tomorrow. So in other words, you were the best. You were the best of the best this year? Even though someone beat you those times. 2 times. You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, Wright. I lost a day of work to receive that travesty.
Huh? Why's that?
I had to go to the police department ceremony to receive that broken shield. Police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, correct? Where Detective Gumshoe works. Yeah.
I was wondering about something about your shield. Why is it broken?
Why does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about.
Oh, right.
Didn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office.
Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday.
Well, I haven't got anything new. Apart from that, could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office.
Cleaning day?
Working with the police department, we sort of file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transfer.
Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words.
Oh, and one other thing. The ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got this shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise.
People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright.
No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. So we had a parking stop. Okay. This is the parking stop on the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15.
So the murder happened right after you got back.
What, right? I appreciate if you'd be direct with that suspicious glare elsewhere. Meekins, right, buddy? I remember. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? Yep, no, sir. The name of the kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow.
Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it?
I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow. Don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't particularly
Give me your name.
Yep, yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. But, sir, I didn't know, sir. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave brains and good luck. Bit mean, but it's true. Right? Yep, yes, sir? Caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now.
Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright.
The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department, you can ask more there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down at least. Not much else we can do here. Maybe we can show her evidence. Could you take a look at this?
You.
Yeah?
You said you wanted to pop tea, right?
No, but thanks. She didn't even look at me.
Just have to brew the leaves a long time to get a rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it, so that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite.
The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. Just running out. Yeah, just checking if there's any more dialogue, you never know. Okay, and on to the police department. Unless detention center has anything? No, it does not. Never does. Police department entrance.
Phew, we're finally here. How would they put the detective so far away from the prosecutor's office?
That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. This is my first time to the police department, actually. Wait, hold on. What's that?
Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that?
Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot.
Wow, Mr. Wright, you know a lot about the police department. Still, he does seem familiar somehow.
Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal, what are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why are you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Well, let's do a bit of looking around first. The usual wanted posters hanging up on the bulletin board over here. You know this face? If you do it all, dial 911.
You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny. Never seen anyone who would look like the person in these posters. They hardly look human.
He does have a point.
I always get excited when I come to the police station.
Why's that?
It just feels like I've jumped into a movie.
Huh?
You know, with all the police and criminals.
Well, I don't think it's all that exciting.
Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. Probably talking about the latest bust.
Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather.
I was wondering about that.
What? The Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. I want you all to remember this late at night. In your brain. Just the It's the dotted eyes of the blue badger, just staring into your soul, as this sound slowly plays, on repeat, forever. But anyway, you made this, Detective Gumshoe?
The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the battery dies.
Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops.
And apparently that's evidence as well. The detectives in there look pretty busy.
Just imagine right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action.
Somehow, the thought fails to excite me. I always think that guy in the brown shirt looks a bit like Looker from Pokemon. And it's definitely not a reference to him. I just think it looks like him. Like, literally, he's got the jacket, and then I don't know. The jacket's exact, and the hair's a bit like Looker's as well. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. Heh, that's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried.
I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes.
They make a good pair.
Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white?
No idea. Why?
Well, I think they're designed after a panda.
A panda.
Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory.
Do you mind asking... Do you mind asking how you came up with that theory?
It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We'd just been at the zoo, see?
What about zebras? Or do they not have those at the zoo? I don't think that's everything. I guess there's that.
The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign.
Nice slogan.
I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprint sets.
I don't think it's that kind of campaign.
What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar.
Snuck into the cookie jar. And I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Well, Gumshoe, give me the deets, buddy. Come on. Send them over. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case.
What? Why not?
Huh? Well, it's just that Chief Prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him.
But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yeah, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her.
But what if the evidence was faked?
Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect, Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister?
Just please investigate this case carefully, O'Kane. Scientifically.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked.
Huh?
It's just a sensitive issue with us these days. Ooh, I'm thinking that's what Edgeworth said about false evidence. Sorry, I just gotta clear my throat.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Well, nothing really. They kicked me out of the criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe? What did you do this time? What do you mean this time?
And what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder before anyone. Prosecutor murder anyone before.
Only the highest ranked people are let into the criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. We're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd?
So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting used to getting the badger dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. An officer marshal was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall?
Now that I think about it, Emmer did seem to know that Marshall guy.
A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal.
I'm going to present evidence. Gumshoe, what do you think? Detective, here's my attorney's badge.
You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said.
Wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice.
Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found that detective's card, didn't I? Show the card! Alex, go! Detective? Gumshoe? I don't know why I paused there. What can you tell me about this?
Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. People like you that get me in so much trouble all the time.
Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot.
Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Sounds familiar. Yeah, my mistake.
Don't you work together with him in criminal affairs?
Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim.
That's what I thought.
Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
I'm just gonna press on this evidence.
Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car and stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? Why would Chief Prosecutor Sky do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth.
Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday.
Were you at the awards, Detective Gumshoe? Awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Congratulations.
I was wondering, why is there an award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. He's even got naysayers in the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, we've heard about the rumors. So I'm taking that's just gonna deliver the same line as the... Yep.
Let's skip through that. As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing on about things that I don't know about.
No, I wouldn't want you to do that either.
Good. So, if I ask you about the...
What's his name? You don't tell me anything. Great. So, this ID card belonged to the victim.
He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but... Or does the Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot?
Lana's confessing as much. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, it all started with that murder of the defense attorney, Hammond. Robert Hammond. Aha, not Richard, Robert. Got it. See, 2 hours in, the brain cells start pinging off each other the light. Boom. Here you go. Robert Hammond. I knew it was Hammond. I got that part at the start.
Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal. There have always been rumors about Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there was always suspect or whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. We're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth always has had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people will be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, the latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. In due time, in due time. I believe he goes for that role a bit later on. Although I've not played the 3DS Phoenix Wright games yet. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who is to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, detective? We met this guy who was, what's his name? The guy from the parking... Oh, we met this guy. What was his name? The guy from the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall? Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show him this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Thanks, Dick. I'd be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Detective Gumshoe, you're a saint. As a detective, yeah, okay. Well, I think that's everything we have to do with Detective Gumshoe. Anything more we have to talk about with... maybe we can show her evidence. Yeah.
Here, see this? Ah, I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show people things.
What is this, a behavioral study of lawyers? Yeah, it was worth a shot. Right then. Well, there's no point going to... Can I go back to the detention center? Maybe Emma's the... Not Emma, Lana. Underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going.
I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too.
What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene.
There's something I wanted to ask you.
Scene of the crime, a cold grave for men. A cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment.
He's asleep.
Well, should we show this hopeless case something that catches interest? I can ask him. So I want to ask you. Never mind. We're just gonna have to pull out the evidence, aren't we? Officer Marshall, could you take a look at this?
Whoa, partner. You're fixing a draw on me. You best be ready for a shootout. Ready to become food for the vultures, compadre?
You ready, Mr. Wright?
Somehow, I don't think he's going to help us. Just check that again, just to be sure. Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry, brain fart. Letter of introduction. Would you mind reading this for me?
What's this? I warn you, fan letters go right through. Fan letters to me go right to the spittoon.
It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate?
Gumshoe? That old cow dog? Killed in a birthday party or something? Huh? Look. Where it should say letter of introduction, it says, invitation.
Ah, I think he just miswrote it.
Great.
That's right, great, Detective Gumshoe. I owe you one.
No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. I guess I better let you in then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall. Officer Marshall isn't a detective, he's a patrolman. That reminds me of something. That is odd. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny.
Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Gumshoe's letter of introduction, crumpled and discarded. Can we ask you stuff now? Or are you just gonna play hardball with us? Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim?
Good men always die young. Remember that, partner.
Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right?
Well, well, aren't you the feisty doggy there? There now. Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale.
I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr.
One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. Here's the autopsy report.
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny story you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked a case together. They apparently worked together on a case a few years back.
So there was no motive.
Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why I didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here? To this parking lot?
So it seems. Looks like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon.
I don't mean to any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective.
You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas.
Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me.
If you're a patrolman now, how can you be in charge of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina?
So why are you in charge?
No reason. We're just short hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh?
Edgeworth?
That cow dog's been kicked out of his cattle run by order of the chief of police. He don't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Well, let's present some evidence before we get looking.
I see your badge. Looks pretty round. Our badge is a star, a lone star, shining in the nighttime sky. A beam of light, illuminating evildoers who come into the dark of night.
Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight.
Hey, that's a sheriff's badge.
What's that? Some sort of police passport?
This is Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. We found it a good distance away from the crime scene.
Good distance in this rat hole? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas.
Texas?
This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre?
Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros.
Alright, compadre, count of 3.
Huh?
You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas.
Remind me never to visit Texas. I want to visit Texas, it looks cool.
Aha, toy shield suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe?
Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth?
You don't like him, right? We get the point.
You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these.
Let me guess, did it have a cape or King of Detectives on it?
Hey, they could just use the same shield over and over.
Note to self, the prosecutor's office in criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap.
You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Five 5:12 p.m. Prospector's bright red steed came into a trot real slow-like.
A trot?
Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for Prince to ride in on his bright red horse.
So what you mean is the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along? And then... Let's have a look at that. What does it say? Due to loss of blood, one knife wound died within an hour and a half at 4 p.m. Okay, that's interesting. Died within an hour and a half to 4 p.m. So they can't be that cut and dry about it. Okay, that's clear. That thing clearly there on the ground, which we looked for before he came in, is clearly the big evidence. So we'll have a look at everywhere else. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block.
I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright.
I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. B block is through here. That's for the visitors park.
You can see the Lunchland car over there, quite far in the distance.
Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. can see a cartoon cow munching down on some juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think about it too deeply about. Don't think too deeply about it, and you should be fine. Light Marshal's theme. This appears to be the car where the body was found. Looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. Crime took place in an underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just seems I have... it screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Guess we'll have a look at this now then. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest it belongs to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? On second thought, let's not. What? Why not? I mean, we want to know whose it is. Probably one of those detectives dropped it. Come on, no detective would be that dumb. I agree. I'm sure. I don't know. One detective in particular comes to mind. I don't want to know if you can press on this. This appears to be the car with the... Yeah, okay. Oh, I thought I could maybe check on the what's his name? On, like, the outline of the body. Well, probably not. Okay, we'll get through this, and then we'll click on the right answer this time. Check it out. Right, let's check it out. I'm doing none of this. Here we go. Oh. I think that about does it for clues here. I didn't mean to press out of it, because I'm a moron. I accidentally pressed the B button. Go through it again, I apologize. Oh, man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. See, he's as popular as ever with the kids. Now I have to remember how to rotate this thing. There are buttons for it, I just can't remember which buttons I used for it. So I guess I have to... is it... I can just adjust it with my mouse. I'll do this. See, now we're finally getting use out of me putting the bottom screen on. Again, and I guess we have to... Is it open up here, maybe? I don't know. I thought it would be... Oh, here we go. Click it open. The display is still on the redial button. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of calls you've made and received. Just press the blue button and dial the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now I wonder who the owner of the phone called last. Note to self, the defense attorney doesn't think first, he pushes the button. I think they reused this for Phoenix's phone in the second game. Hey, I know that song.
Hey, what's going on over there? Uh-huh. Sorry.
Sorry.
I see you, partner. You pressed the redial on that phone there, didn't you?
Well, yeah. Whose phone is it anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Whose is it? Belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky.
What? It's my sister's? Oh, whoops. Nearly hit the microphone then.
She apparently dropped it when she was being taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call somebody. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this.
Who'd she call?
No idea. Sorry, partner. I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring now. One of those newfangled ring tunes.
Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What?
Your phone?
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but, someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. Wrong number.
I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner.
Uh-oh. Been sighted the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. I'll be taking that evidence. Can I talk to him about anything else? Honest guy, I guess.
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister?
That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. The prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences.
Officer Marshall.
Yeah, Bambina?
How can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
There's something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about?
I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's the dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office.
Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who?
Suspicions around Mr. Edgeworth have been flying for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence, arranging testimonies, you name it. He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you'll find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say.
One person? Who?
Bambina, it's your sister. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals.
What? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials?
Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everybody knows it.
Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? I've shown him everything apart from this.
My sister's cell phone.
Last time it was used was 5/18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night.
Why did Lana make that call? I just want to check there's nothing else here that I've missed out on before I move on. I just want to check the body one more time to be sure.
This rope is it.
Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. I knew I could do it.
So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him.
I've got to be the only person who I know that would come to that conclusion. Yeah, I think I'm done here. Can't say anything else, being that. Because unless they let me look at the boot. Oh, here we go. What's this? Looks like some sort of note.
Something's written on it.
You're right. Let's see. 7S 12-2. There's a name printed on the paper above. That Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed.
Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self: for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what it means either.
So well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright?
I guess we've got some clues. After an autopsy report, a note from the victim and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing that's still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma. Yeah? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Boop, boop, boop. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular kids' TV show. The phone that just rang wasn't mine. It was yours. 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. The detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this one. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. And with that, we're gonna call it a day. We'll leave the first prosecution for another time. But, you know, I think we did that. We finished off the DL6 incident, and we could basically complete the, you know, basically the first bit of the game, because that was meant to be the end, but we got an extra case. But anyway, that'll be all for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. People on Twitch, I have a YouTube channel. All of the streams get archived there. You miss a stream, there should be a link down below to that, to the channel where you can look at them. People on YouTube, all these get streamed live on Twitch. You want to talk and interact like I have been doing today, watch live. You can do. There should be a link to the Twitch channel in the description of every video that I do. I want to thank you guys both for watching for one final time, and bye-bye.